Alabama prison officials say an inmate whose photos of his physical deterioration that went viral over the weekend is being treated in a prison infirmary. The Alabama Department of Corrections says 32-year-old Kastellio Vaughan was observed walking and eating. The photos, which were taken in July, were released by Vaughan's family, who says he has been asking for medical attention for stomach problems for months. Vaughan is serving a 20-year sentence for 2019 conviction of car break-ins and burglaries. Now, civil rights attorney Lee Merritt, who represents Vaughan, says he underwent surgery in August to remove a portion of his intestines as a result of a gunshot injury he received in 2013. If you see these photos, if you hear the stories that his family is saying about him, it's just so devastating. Look, they're saying right now he's still getting no medical attention. That he's wearing a pamper, that he cannot walk. They're also making statements where he's in tears and he's so upset because he says he doesn't want to die in a prison. So look, these are human beings behind these walls. We understand whether they've done right, whether they've done wrong, but they have the right to be taken care of. And the fact that that is not happening in this case says something about our system.
You know, Romeo, I'm glad you brought that up because we've been following on social media. So Lee Merritt is his attorney now, and Lee Merritt and Sean King, they are friends. They went to school together at Morehouse many years ago. And so Sean King has updated his Instagram speaking on behalf of the family members. And according to the sister, Cassie, and I want to read it because I need for us to really understand what's happening, because I feel like one narrative is being given to the media, right? And one narrative is, this is what the family is saying. They're saying that he's still not receiving medical care. He's wearing a pamper, what you said, and he cannot walk. He has to depend on others. His clothes were filthy. Other inmates are helping him get food and stuff from the cafeteria. His feet are so big, they're swollen that they may have to be amputated. They're waiting to see what that looks like, but he's still receiving no treatment, no medical care. And they are concerned that if he doesn't get to a regular hospital outside of a prison, that this is just going to continue to get worse, and that he may even die. So that is the latest update as of 20 minutes ago from social media on Sean King's Instagram page.
This is just a sad story, and those photos were all over, like you said, all over Twitter and Instagram, and you know, just I don't really want to add too much. You guys have said most of it, but just sending a lot of love to his family and hoping that the justice system can do what is right in this situation, which is get him the care that he deserves.
Yeah, and we know that, you know, just because you commit a crime does not mean that you don't deserve basic human dignity and basic human needs, right? So think about this: if this were your loved one and he were behind bars and another inmate sent you a picture like this, what would you do? You would want for him to just get the bare necessities, right? I think that's all we're asking. I think that's all they're asking is for the bare necessities for their loved one.
Pictures are so upsetting. We just had up on the TV screen there, and look, this is just one of many. This is one that we're actually talking about, but I've had people that have been in the system, have family that know people in the system, and they've been treated the same way too. So this is definitely an ongoing problem we have to look way deeper into, and this is very, very upsetting.
Yeah, and I think that's why we're seeing more people like Jay-Z, Rock Nation, you know, putting their money behind criminal justice reform and making sure that prisons are doing right by people, because you're right, he's not the only one. There are more people like this. We don't have their names and their faces, but this is a problem.
You know, and to think too, to have to post your family member in this condition, this is like, you know, seeking the most, because no one wants to see their family member plastered across social media in this condition. So this had to have been a severe cry for help.
Last ditch cry for help. And speaking of family members, I wanted to say on Friday, my cousin Desire, she sent this to me before it started going viral. She was like, you know, Mimi, maybe you can bring some light to this because this is crazy. So, you know, it's just very, very, very sad that here we are.